Alright, guys. Of course, I'm OGL Schmitt. This is Custom OGT, but I have got to stop waiting so long in between these Ren reactions. I love doing them, but for some reason, I can't string a whole bunch of them together, like I did when I first started. Anyway, I told a longtime channel supporter who is in our Discord, which I recommend you join. There's a link in the custom OGT channel description page. Cosmic Vagabond Pixie. I told her I would be reacting to chalk outlines from Ren and Chinchilla, and I think I told her that maybe a month ago. And I told her, I'm pretty sure I said something like, be doing that today or the next 2 days. So my apologies, Pixie. Better late than never, but I can't wait to do this. Of course, everyone knows Ren. Chinchilla seems like sort of Ren's female counterpart. She's also British. She sings. She raps. Advocates for mental health. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens when they pair up. This song has done the rounds on the reactor circuit. I'm just a little bit behind here, but hopefully I can add something to this. So looking forward to it. Ren always provides a lot of food for thought and a lot of ear candy. So let's do this, guys. Pixie, this one's for you. Always love the time and effort that Ren puts into his videos. As much care into the audio as into the visual aspect as the audio. Nothing good ever happens after that. The sound production on this is awesome. Great sound design. Hey, you found a guitar. That's good.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. And walk around in the floating chalk outline. So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Okay, my timing was bad on that. Guessing that was Miss Chinchilla that we were panning over to. Just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've heard so far. Ren's got a really distinct and unique voice, and I don't have musical knowledge. Like I love music. I've listened to it forever. It's been there for me when nothing else was. Songs have been my friends more than people in a lot of ways, but I don't know a whole lot of technical stuff. So when you have a voice like Ren's, it's like, okay, how do I put into words what exactly he's doing? So if you think of the human voice like any other audio instrument, it's got a volume knob. And Ren is one of the few that will use every single number on that volume knob from like 0.1 to 10. He will do these things where he will sing notes that start loud and strong, and he's still holding the note, but when it's done, it's like almost just air. It's still there. It's almost like like the note has sort of died, but the spirit is still there. It's really unique. But when he wants to turn up the volume, he's got a lot of power and a lot of resonance in his voice. And when you're talking about the things that Ren is talking about, having that kind of that range and that dynamic is very helpful. Right off the bat, it's about crawling into bed and hoping I'll be someone different tomorrow. That's a grim line, and the way he sang it, were like it started strong but cut off. It's like he wants to be strong but is failing. Of course, we know Ren is very sturdy and very durable, physically and mentally, but his portrayal here, there's a lot of vulnerability in that sound as well as strength, and it's hard to balance those two things. That guitar melody he's picking out too. Like, I love how simple it was in the beginning. Just there's a very spacious melody, and then when he sort of had the percussive rhythm going, he's really good with that, using his guitar for those very crisp rhythms. Of course, unfortunately, the first thing that I think of when I see someone sort of slapping the strings like that on a guitar is More Than Words by Extreme, because they only played that 17 billion times a minute back in the day. But it's cool because it allows the guitar to be melodic and rhythmic at the same time. And even though the song subject matter is very dark, the chorus melody is really uplifting. So it's almost like the melody itself is sort of that fake smile that you put on, so everyone thinks you're okay. And then sort of his delivery in the beginning is sort of how he really feels, where like sometimes it's there and sometimes there's just nothing left. So I'm going to back this up. I'm actually going to start from the beginning, and then that way we can catch Miss Chinchilla's entrance. All right. Get the slight tilt of the camera.
Still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine.
Like that. Almost disappears.
Walk around in the floating chalk outline. So it goes, let it be. balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. The feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, erase ourselves.
All right. Why does she have Nosferatu nails? Don't know if anyone's seen the 2024 remake of Nosferatu. It's cool if you're into sort of slow moving horror, but Count Orlok has very long nails like that. But he's walking corpse of a Turkish nobleman. She's a lovely young lady singing with Ren. I guess if Freddy Krueger shows up, she can duel. That just looks dangerous to me. Like, you slap her 5, you lose fingers. But I'm joking. I do know that I think she said that when she puts those nails on, it helps her get into character. It makes her feel powerful. So, I mean, that's cool. Just, yeah, tread carefully with that young lady. But her voice really sounds a lot like Ren's. It's a little bit higher, a little bit, has a very like crystal clear, almost bell-like tone when she wants it to. But similar use of that entire volume knob that I mentioned, similar resonance, similar expressiveness. So it's almost like watching brother and sister duet. And, you know, the voices blend. Sometimes voices that are really similar can sort of slam against each other and not work. They've got a really good blend. And, you know, even on the video, you can see they've got this kind of chemistry where they're looking for, you know, strength from each other. The I guess the fundamentals of the lyrics seem to be about, you know, taking some kind of a pill or something to make you feel better, to alleviate depression or something like that. I've never done anything like that. I took Buspar because I had really bad anxiety, but I tried to wean myself off of that really quickly. And I know some people need that, you know, regulation, you know, chemically speaking, but it can be sort of dangerous to get hooked on that stuff. And it seems like what they're talking about is you take it so you won't feel so down, but it also takes away the ups. So you don't feel nearly as depressed, but you don't get the excitement or the elation or something like that. So it ends up just kind of nullifying your emotions, period. That's the chalk outline. It's the outline outside. It looks like a person. It's the imprint of a person, but there's nothing inside. There's no feeling. And I guess it depends on who you are, what your tolerance is. To me, riding the roller coaster, as haphazard as that can be, as challenging as that can make just basic life functions, I would prefer that just to the numbness. The best example I can give is I remember when a girl that I really liked just vanished. We had a really important conversation, and then the next day, never heard anything from her, and then I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and she never showed up. So I went through. I was terrified because she'd had a bad past, and I thought some of it might have come back to get her. Then I was angry. Then I was just sad, and then one day I woke up and there was nothing. And at first you're grateful because the all those voices screaming in your head have stopped. But then the silence is almost as bad because you're like, okay, what has died to create this silence? So yeah, it's, and I've got a friend who has to constantly adjust his medication to make sure that it doesn't lean too far. Like, he's manic depressive, so he's got to make sure it doesn't lean too far to one or the other. It's he takes things to counter the effects of other things that he takes, and that this isn't, I think, for one thing, I think our medical culture is far too obsessed with pharmaceuticals. I think we treat symptoms rather than issues, and it's tragic. But on the other hand, it also sounds really cold just to be like, go out and take a walk. Exercise is something that is good, really good for anxiety and depression, and it will continue that. But not everyone's got something that can be cured just with exercise. But I'm going off on a tangent now. Either way, just the idea of taking something to try to alleviate the pain or the just the constant screaming of the voices in your head, but then having to deal with that silence. Yeah, that's a horrible thing, and they're doing a really good job conveying it. I guess the best thing I like about this song is that in their voices and in this melody, there's a lot of hope in there. That they'll be able to find themselves and find a way through it. So I've been talking for a while now. Let's get back to the music. I'm going to back it up a little bit here, and then we will.
Little bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves. It's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. All things change. It's such a perfect day. It's a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful shade. okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my.
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Yeah, beautiful song there. Towards the end, how they were singing, I guess, almost unison for the first couple of courses, but then they split off. He took the lower end, and she took the higher end. Her belt was really powerful, really clean. Ren's again, his resonance in that lower register is really solid. And again, it just when the music dropped out, and you just had them, the two of their voices. Ren is really good at using space in his compositions. That's something that's, I think every song I've reacted to, I've mentioned that, and because it always stands out. But yeah, I love how the guitar dropped out and they just sang, and then it re-entered. The line, "I'm scared to be okay because all things change." Yeah, that's the worst things, when nothing is wrong, or like when you're feeling good. It's like, okay, how long before this ends? How long before something happens that I'm back down there again? I do think some people make a mistake in thinking that happiness is going to be this constant, consistent feeling, and it's not. Happiness sometimes comes in small doses. It's a conversation with a friend. It's listening to a really amazing song. It's all sorts of small triumphs through life that can sort of define how you feel for a day, a week. But sometimes it's not even that it's bad. Sometimes it's just it's there. You live your life, you do the best you can, and then you live for those moments where you live for that song, for that smile, for the spending 3 hours with a friend, and just the positive energy you get from that. Just got to make that last. And if you play your cards right, it won't be long before something else comes along. So I guess it's a series of boosts as opposed to like a steady stream. That's my personal opinion on that. So, love the song. It was catchy. It was profound. Love the lyrics. Love the message. And as always with Ren's material, there's always this the sense of sort of fighting from underneath. Whenever he's talking about bad feelings, worse, negative feelings, being ill physically or mentally, there's always this idea of overcoming it, fighting back one way or another, and I appreciate that. Mental health is real. It's very real. Be a part of the start. Talk about it. Don't be afraid to discuss it with people. That makes it easier for everyone else. We need to start talking about these things. That's what Danny always says. And music is your best support group, far and away. This once, I think it's Johnny Foxtrot. Shout out to the Foxtrot family. Said a song a day keeps the reaper away. 100% believe that. And take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Thank you guys very much. I know Ren's got some new stuff coming out, so hopefully I will be able to keep up this time. Love you guys. Let me know in the comments what other Ren songs I'm missing, what other songs you'd like me to do. And there are links to support the channel in the description there. So come join the OG team. Love you guys. Thank you very much for your time.